Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this week's episode of the Four Corners Podcast. My name is John, and I am your host, whose face hurts the most. And I'm joined by my beautiful co-host, Damien.
Dang, your face looks messed up this week, John.
Well, at least I can speak properly.
Ah, dang.
I almost messed that up saying that, but
Nice.
It's okay. Yeah, well, my face is getting better.
It doesn't look better.
You didn't call me out for talking out of turn.
Nick!
There it is.
Nick!
What's up?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm feeling kind of sick today.
You're feeling kind of sick? I know that
That
you
was
just
me
mentioned
last
that, like, right before we started the podcast. You sore throat?
Sore throat, like a stuffy nose, like a really heavy head, you know?
Bro, you know what you need to do? Drink a bunch of Monster and gummy bears.
Good call.
That's what you should do.
I think Cammie said that she might be getting sick.
I'm wondering who I got it from, but I don't
John.
think I got it from Cammie.
Cammie gave John the cooties.
Yes.
The cooties.
John brought
Oh.
Because you were sneezing the other night, like, nonstop.
Yeah, nonstop.
Dude.
I sneezed like 3 times.
Without covering a bit of your face. Your other mask. I'm sorry, that was inappropriate.
You cursed too. I'm not gonna remember to do that. So
know.
oh well. It's okay because your mom is gonna be very upset with you.
you can censor it, please.
Nope.
Uh,
She's gonna know anyways. Hi, Nick's mom.
dang.
Anyways, so we are coming off of a pay-per-view this week. So that is what is on our agenda, boys. Elimination Chamber. How was it? Do you guys like it? The pay-per-view?
That's pretty good.
Pretty good? Normal. Yeah, so we had a relatively decent show. I mean, it could have been better, but it could have been worse. I think that's WWE in a nutshell, though. We'll kind of go through it, and a lot of the things that we're going to talk about is going to kind of intertwine with these matches and like where they're going with it, especially since we are heavily on the road to WrestleMania. We are driving on that road right now. So we're just going to start it off with the first match of the evening, not the pre-show because nobody cares. The first match of the evening, we started off with the Women's Elimination Chamber. We had Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks, Bayley, Mickie James, Sonya Deville, and Mandy Rose. And Alexa came out on top.
Nice.
I mean, we all
Nice.
predicted that, right?
Yeah.
I said Sasha, I think.
Okay, 2/3 of us predicted it.
What did you guys think about the match?
It was pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, for the first
I
ever.
was really impressed by the Absolution girls. I expect them to be a total mess in that, and there were a few botches, but
I mean, they're going to have that.
I was very impressed overall.
I mean, yeah, they're going to have that. There were some cool spots in there. Mickie James had that really cool, was it like a Luthez press?
Yeah, it was like a giant Thez press.
Yeah, off the top of the thing. Who'd she do that on? That was on Mandy Rose, right?
Rose or DeVille, yeah.
It was DeVille.
One of the Absolution girls, and pinned her.
I think it was DeVille.
But yeah, we did see Alexa Bliss retain her championship in this Elimination Chamber. And as we were saying last week, there were this was interesting because kind of like how the Elimination Chamber is every year. There are multiple storylines going into there. So we did see kind of the formation of teams within the chamber. So we, like we mentioned last week, we had Alexa and Mickie, and then the Absolution girls, and Sasha and Bayley. And we might be on the precipice of seeing one of those teams break up,
Nice
Sasha
word.
and Bayley. Yeah, that's what I
Jesus.
thought. I thought it was a good word,
Incredible.
too. In the chamber, we did see Sasha and Bayley. They were working together, obviously, at the beginning, as any smart superstar would do anyways. And then it was weird because it was like, this happened in both chambers, because this happened in the men's chamber between Seth and Roman, too. It's like, you didn't get out the person yet to go against each other, so it was like, they didn't have to. Like,
Yeah.
So
Especially with Sasha when they were like on top of the pod and she
She
kicked
just
her in the
kicked
face.
Bayley down.
It made no sense at all.
Well, if Sasha was smart, she would have used Bayley until the very end, got Alexa out,
Exactly.
and then destroyed
and that's
Bayley.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We saw
so
that with
Roman
the,
and Seth should have done
I was gonna
too.
say that's
Yeah.
we saw that with the men's too, and I know Corey Graves was trying to his best to put that over on commentary as like, well, this is the best time. But no, it wasn't the best time for him. But that was I thought that was a really cool spot. Alexa climbing, like running away, like, cat and mouse between the two. I thought that was a really cool spot in there. But yeah, so we're going to have to see like what happens next. On Raw, we did see a bit more of the seeds being planted. We had the cluster match that we never see on Raw. All 6 women once again in a match together. And
It's a dream match.
The dream match. There were some hot, like, rough tags between the two, and then Bayley jumped off of the thing.
Off the apron, yeah.
Off the apron, yeah, the hardest part of the ring.
Yeah, fun fact. That was pretty cool. I liked how they told the story of it was her turning her back on Bayley, on Sasha, not on the team itself, because she still helped them win. She came back in and suplexed, or Bayley suplexed Alexa, because Michael Cole messed that up pretty bad.
He was up every single time.
He wasn't on commentary this week.
I made that point last night.
But yeah, I think that's fair. As much as I wanted to see Sasha and Bayley for the title at Mania, if they do it right, that's not a feud that needs the title. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think that we'll see one-on-one Sasha versus Bayley?
Oh, they're gonna have to.
I think so.
I think they're gonna have to.
I got worried with all the different people coming out on Raw. They might do another 6-pack or a 5-man or whatever, just to get them all in the spotlight.
At Mania?
Yeah.
Probably not.
I don't know.
I think they have to at this point. I think they have been like teasing it more than they have in the past. Mm-hmm. I think in the past they've been accidentally teasing it, and then this has been like they're actually teasing it. So I think they have to.
Yeah, they've planted that seed to where they're gonna have to at WrestleMania, and then I have a prediction that those two will be split after Mania.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, different brands?
Yeah, like they're gonna fight. They're gonna have their big thing at WrestleMania, and they're just gonna split, and then we might see that again down the line.
Here, how about we play a quick game? I've been doing some research lately because I was bored the other day, and I wanted to look up some facts.
Okay.
It's kind of a trivia, kind of just a guessing game because it's so obscure.
I like it.
When was the last singles women's match at a Mania? Can you name it? Or just take a wild guess.
I was going to say, I have a guess, but I don't think it'd be that far back. Trish and Mickey?
No, that's too far back.
Okay, I was going to say, that's got to be too far back.
Barely.
Barely?
Yeah.
Is Trish in there? Involved?
No, it was the year after that, 2007.
Why can't I
think of it? It's
been
been that long?
Mania 23.
Why can't I think of it?
Because it's Melina, the champion, defeating Ashley to retain the women's championship in a Lumberjill match.
Oh my good gravy.
In less than 4 minutes.
That's all the time that they got.
A Mania match, 4 minutes.
Now, can you guess the longest singles women's match at a Mania ever? And what was the time?
Was it the Miss WrestleMania match? Was it? Are you talking about like singles?
No, I'm saying singles, one-on-one.
Okay. 101?
Was it Trish and Victoria?
No.
Dang. What was it?
It was Trish and Mickey, like you guessed earlier.
Oh.
In 8 minutes, 48 seconds.
8 minutes?
8 minutes. For a WrestleMania match.
For a singles feud, too. 8 minutes. That's the longest women's singles match in WrestleMania history.
Goldberg and Brock got more time than that.
I know, and that was 2006. It's crazy that it's been since 2007 that we've even had a one-on-one women's
match. There's gonna be at least 2 this year.
That was why I looked it up, because I was wondering when was the last time we actually got something like this, and it's been since 2007. So
and now we're gonna
11
get
years.
Now we're gonna get
hopefully 3.
A ton. Yeah, a ton. I don't know exactly what their plans are. We might discuss this later on, talking about the SmackDown Women's Division and how directionless it is. And how directionless it feels at the current moment.
And like speaking of misusing women, that wasn't the only singles women's match at WrestleMania 22. It's the only Mania to feature more than one singles women's match. And this match happened after Mickie James and Trish Stratus. It was Tori Wilson versus Candice Michelle in a Playboy pillow fight.
Oh,
in
gosh.
3 minutes 54 seconds. So they got 14 more seconds than Melina and Ashley the year after that.
3 minutes.
It's the only Mania to feature 2 singles women's matches, and it was...
Does the second one count as a match?
It happened after the championship match, so...
I'm just glad to see...
Just a glimpse at how they misuse these girls.
I was going to say, I'm just glad to see that WWE has come a long way, and,
Yes.
I can't necessarily say whether it's just for the promotion of it, because there really aren't a whole lot of other big promotions that have women divisions. New Japan doesn't have a women's division. I don't know if ROH does.
I'm not sure.
I'm not familiar.
And especially with the bringing in of Ronda Rousey, which we'll get into
Now
a
is the
little bit
time
later.
to capitalize.
Yeah, so, I don't know.
Well, I mean, Impact had
They had the knockouts.
They had the knockouts.
Yeah.
To be fair, they were doing...
They had some good stuff.
I was going to say,
They
they were
did.
doing good stuff way before WWE was. When Gail Kim came in,
Yeah.
man, WWE really misused her. Talking about misusing women. They really misused her. But yeah, going back to the point, I think it'd be great to see Sasha and Bayley because we already know what they can do. We already know that they can tear the house down. And like I said, they have been very, very deliberately teasing this.
Yeah,
So,
like Sasha's gone as far to today. She's been liking really petty tweets on Twitter, like
really?
like about friendship and about betrayal and all this stuff too. So I think she's gonna try to spin it as Bayley betrayed me, even though I've done this to her umpteen times. So now I'm getting what I deserve.
And Bayley's getting cheered again.
Yes,
That was one of the bigger things coming into...
She got a chance at the
Right.
Chamber. That was rare.
Isn't it weird how when you give someone a couple of wins and you don't make them look like a little crybaby,
An absolute geek.
right, like a
Lord.
nerd,
Yeah.
how over they can get. So the mixed match challenge
It just happened.
just happened. Speaking of
Speaking of
kind
Sasha
the women's
Banks.
division, I told you, Nick.
Nice.
I think they'll win the whole thing.
Yeah, probably.
So Miz and Asuka
Unless
just
Braun
beat,
and Alexa do.
yeah,
which is
Miz and
also-
Asuka just beat Finn and Sasha. Man, we have got to stop looking at the computer screen when we do these podcasts because like I just look at it and I'm like, silence.
Well, it's over now. So
It's
we're-
over now. Yeah, it's over now.
Yeah, but
Now
205
205
Live.
Live's got to come on.
Yeah, turn it on.
Ooh. Yeah. So, speaking of tag team matches, mixed match challenge is a
Reaching for
tag
these
team
segues.
match. Oh yeah, I have to reach for these segues. You got to get them in. We did have the Bar defeating Titus Worldwide at the Elimination Chamber.
Yes.
Not a terrible match.
Supposed to be the year of Apollo.
Supposed to be the year of Apollo. Nick, what happened?
I don't know what happened. They lost, and then on
Well,
Monday,
what happened on Raw?
yeah, 2 out of 3, 0 for 2. What are they doing with the Bar? Like, what's going on?
I'm sitting here trying to think, and
The Bar cut that bizarre promo about how no tag team can beat them. Is
I
the Revival going to turn
sincerely
face?
thought that the Revival was going to come out
Are they
at
gonna
that time.
debut somebody? I don't. Or are the Hardys going to come? I don't know. No idea.
And so the Bar did defeat Titus Worldwide at the Elimination Chamber, in a kind of a nothing match. It wasn't terrible, but it didn't do much.
It is funny how the quality drops when Titus tags in. It's like when Apollo's in there, he's jumping around doing all this cool stuff, and then Titus comes in and just slows
He's got some good
down.
chops, though.
He does have some good chops.
I was thinking that too. I was like, if they put Apollo with someone else, like
Anyone else?
I don't know who else would they put him with.
I wish they'd just bring back Tozawa and keep them under Titus Worldwide, but have a tag team.
That'd be cool.
Tozawa lost in the first round of the Cruiserweight tournament, so might as well.
Who did he lose? He lost to was it TJP?
No.
No, TJP beat
It was Mark Andrews, I think.
Yeah,
Mark
it was one of
Andrews.
those, new guys.
Yeah. Mark Andrews. If they could. I mean, I don't know if Apollo Crews should necessarily be a single star right now, but like put him with a partner,
It's a
a
great way
good
to
partner.
start. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that's how a lot of them have started. But I was kind of hoping that they were gonna go for the the fantasy booking that we were doing last week with Sheamus and Cesaro splitting up, but it looks like that's not gonna happen.
Too good to be true.
I don't know how long Sheamus has left. Like I don't know if he has a clock on him.
I don't know.
Like I haven't really heard.
He's still going.
Mm-hmm.
He's still going and he's still phenomenal. It's just I don't know if because I did remember at one point being worried for him that it did seem like an edge type of deal.
And there was a spot on Raw this past week when Titus dropped him on his face on accident. It looked horrible.
Yeah, so that
He used to not wrestle him anymore.
we can discuss that a little bit because that was really weird. We were all like audibly like, what is going on? They decided to book a 2 out of 3 falls match, getting Titus and Apollo another shot at the titles. And it was so weird. I don't know if they were, it may be thinking about it too much, but I wonder if it's because of WWE's 50-50 booking.
Yeah.
Because Titus Worldwide had the 3 wins over Sheamus and Cesaro.
And they lost.
And
3.
they lost 3 in a row. They had that, which the first bro kick was fine. Like, if they want to do that, that's fine.
That's a good way to build up the underdog aspect of Apollo overcoming the odds and winning the match despite Titus getting pinned.
And then they just... I mean, I hate using the term buried, but it almost feels like that's exactly what
But
they
the last 2 out of 3 falls tag team matches we've seen
Yeah.
have gone like that. The
They have the
Usos,
Usos too, yeah.
who'd they face?
It was Chad and Benjamin.
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
I mean, they should have split it, and then whoever.
It's terrible. It's like, it's not necessarily burying either wrestler. It's just the team itself is like, what's your purpose if you can't beat them in 2 out of 3 falls?
What's the point of a 2 out of 3 falls match?
Yeah.
If
It makes the team itself look bad because they can't get 1 pin over them.
Especially the night after losing a chance at it. And
Yeah.
they're like, we're going to give you this chance again.
And we're just going to punk you out.
Yeah, we're going to give you this chance 2 more times, technically. And then they just destroyed them. Like, they had a good bit of offense in there a little bit, but it was just like, what is your point? Like, if you were going to push Titus and Apollo, I don't know if they were just, like, put in there as a transitional feud, or if they were actually planning on doing something with them, but that is not how you do that. That is not how you do that at all. As with everything in WWE, we will see what happens with that. I don't know where the bar is going, and I don't know who they're going to face at Mania.
I have no idea.
And it's really easy for WWE to just throw people into a match and have cluster matches, but it feels like every single match on the WrestleMania card is about to be a cluster match.
They do that almost
At
every
this
year.
point.
But I mean, they have
everybody on the card.
6 to 7 hours of
Yeah, you
of
think
time.
they would break it up a little. Now they got to have these big old
Or
matches.
make it... See, what they could do is make it feel like I know WrestleMania already is important. Make it feel more important by, like, having just 1 slot. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? There's only 1 person that can get in here, and you have 10 guys going for it. Like, that kind of stuff writes itself, and WWE just likes to, throw everybody in there just because, everybody wants to see their favorite superstar. But if they built them up properly, then it wouldn't be an issue.
That's the problem.
That's
That's the
problem.
root of the problem, is building them up.
I know. And WWE hates building up people. They just like to do their stuff. They don't want to think about it too hard. But going back to the women's division, we did see Asuka defeating Nia Jax in that stipulation for if Nia won the match, if Nia was able to defeat Asuka for the first time ever, anybody defeating her, she would be able to be thrown into the main event match, which still hasn't been exactly defined.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because Asuka won anyways. In a good match. I thought it was a good match.
I thought it was too. It ended with a roll up, right? Like a,
Yeah.
It was a
one of those weird small packages type of deal.
and then after the match, Nia got pissed and destroyed Asuka in the ring, outside of the ring. She tackled Asuka into the barricade, and I was like, dang, I would not want to be Asuka right now.
No.
That looked very painful.
It did look bad. It did look bad.
It seems evident that they have something in store for Nia, whether it's adding her to the match or Asuka moving to SmackDown and Nia getting them. I don't know.
And I mean, I hope they do that.
Yeah.
Like
well,
that-
with the promo that Alexa cut on Raw saying Nia should be in the match. Nia's the best. Nia's better than you. Blah blah. I think that they're setting her up to put her foot in her mouth.
And didn't you say that they were supposed to have Asuka announcing?
Either Alvarez or Meltzer said it. That was supposed to be the plan that night, was for her to announce it, and then whatever happened, and then they changed the script that day, which is why they just had her awkwardly stare at Alexa as she walked away
That's not
with
surprising.
Mickey and Nia.
That's not surprising. I think that's a better match both sides, honestly, to have Nia and Alexa. Because I do think, because Nia and Alexa are like best friends.
Yeah.
They do have that bit of chemistry together.
But then what about Charlotte? She has nothing to do on SmackDown.
Asuka. And I'm...
Oh, you think that she'll jump? Still?
I hope so.
Okay.
Yeah, I would hope so, because, I mean, as we'll get into it later, Ronda already is out of the title picture. Like, she's not getting a title
Thank
match
goodness.
at Mania. What?
I said thank goodness.
Yeah, thankfully. Because I feel like that would destroy the IWC.
It would destroy the whole women's evolution that they're trying to push.
But yeah, so I mean, I hope they do that. And like getting into the SmackDown Women's Division, being directionless and having no like, I mean, we have Charlotte and Ruby Riott going against each other at Fastlane for the title, but it's like that. Who else? Who else could possibly at this stage have a chance? And like we've always said that you know Charlotte is the best and nobody can compare to her, but at this point, like,
I'm smelling a 6-pack challenge.
I would hope not. That would suck because it feels like they're putting all their eggs in the basket for Raw, and they're just leaving SmackDown out to dry. Because whereas Raw, except this past week, which this past week made sense to have the cluster thing because it did involve everybody, which is fine if you do that every once in a while. And Raw has had these mid-card feuds going on for the women's division, whereas SmackDown, nope.
Everybody's feuding with everybody.
Everybody's feuding with everybody.
Time.
Everybody's feuding with everybody, and it's ridiculous. But yeah, I hope they do Asuka and Charlotte.
Yeah.
Have Charlotte lose. That's fine with me.
Yeah, or they could hang their hat on beating Asuka's streak like they like to do. Give Charlotte all these accolades, all these firsts. I don't know.
I don't think it's time yet.
For Asuka to lose?
I don't think it is either, but I would not put it past them.
No, I wouldn't either.
I mean, you could have Asuka win and then have Charlotte like, oh man, I'm not good anymore. Like have her like fall and then have her like rise up to beat Asuka, or they'll just have Charlotte go back to Raw. I feel like right after Mania, it's gonna be a whole another what's it?
A superstar
shakeup.
Yeah.
That's what I've been hearing rumors about that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I would not be surprised either. I wouldn't be mad necessarily.
No.
It freshens things
especially
up
with
a little
SmackDown that they needed to do something.
They need to bring a lot of the people from
Yeah.
Raw
It's not that
over
they
to
don't have the
SmackDown.
talent, it's just they're not booked right. So bring somebody who's established and send them over like Seth Rollins.
I have a bad feeling it's going to be Roman.
Yeah, me too.
And
Going
the
over
titles are going to be
To switch
flip-flopped.
to a blue strap.
Oh, I was going to say that would make sense since it's a red strap, but
they'll probably change it.
yeah. Well, I've been watching videos online, and they've been talking about how if they are going to do the co-branded pay-per-view, then they shouldn't have 2 world titles anymore. Which, honestly, if they just had the WWE... What is that? What exactly is the name? The WWE World Heavyweight Championship?
It's just WWE Championship now.
WWE Championship?
Yeah, they cut it back down.
If they just made that the biggest title and then have the Universal Championship, like, below it, I mean, that would be fine with me, but...
I don't know.
But
I feel like that's a
the
slippery
brand
slope.
split would be worthless.
Yeah. I don't want that to happen again. I know it's a matter of time until it does happen, but I don't want it to be deliberate.
Well, then SmackDown would be
Immediate.
the show that no one watches anymore.
Yeah.
Because it would just be, the people going up against each other from Raw over to SmackDown, like we saw our freshman year.
Yeah.
So we
There was
barely
a solid,
watched
like 5 straight
SmackDown.
years where it wasn't even like canon. It was just like filler matches and filler feuds that didn't matter, that weren't going to be on the
And
pay-per-view.
also Raw recap, like every 5 minutes they
Yeah.
would show like clips from Raw.
I don't want that SmackDown back. I do not want that.
And I don't know. I know that you said you're worried about Roman going over to SmackDown, but Raw is Vince's baby. And so I think that they would keep Roman on Raw. Just because Roman does embrace the... Because, I mean, I think of it as like SmackDown being the wrestler side, and because that's kind of how it always has been.
Yeah.
Especially like starting out with the SmackDown 6 and whatever. And then Raw being the sports entertainment side. And Roman obviously is more sports entertainment.
Definitely.
And then AJ is definitely more of the wrestling side. I don't know if they would switch like all the upper tier people.
Switch like Orton and Seth and like other guys that need to be on the separate type of show. Because Seth's obviously more of a wrestler than an entertainer, and Orton's more of an entertainer than a wrestler. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Speaking of people who are sports entertainers, Ronda Rousey. Was that a good segue? No, not at all.
Like, that could have been anybody.
That could have been anybody. Well, I don't want to talk about Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt.
Why not?
I mean, we can if you want to.
It's got to happen.
You think it's going to happen?
I think so. Well, on Twitter, Matt said something about he absorbing Bray Wyatt's dark powers. Now he can transcend both evil and good. Meaning that he's probably going to
So is he Sister Abigail?
Meaning that he's probably going to go into Bray Wyatt's world where he cuts his promos and sneak up on him or something.
Well, let's set this up. We had it at the Elimination Chamber, Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt again. And Matt Hardy getting his win back.
Of course.
Defeating Bray Wyatt. Of course, WWE's 50-50 booking. Wins don't matter and all that jazz. But yeah, we had Matt Hardy defeating Bray Wyatt. It looks like this is probably going to go towards WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I would love to see a House of Horrors match though.
That'd be
the
great.
only. I think that'd be the only thing that could salvage this.
And have him like go back and forth between like the heaven world and the evil world, and just go back and forth. That'd be.
And
really
then
cool.
not have it in the ring.
Eventually come to the ring.
That ruined it though last time.
Did it?
Well, I
I
mean,
think so.
Because gender interfered. If it hadn't been gender, it would have been a fine
well, maybe
finish.
like start out in the ring, then the lights go off and
They disappear.
and then it goes
that'd be
flashes
cool.
up on the screen, and
That'd
then
be
they
awesome.
reappear.
That'd be
I
really
think that'd
awesome.
be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. You should be uncreative.
Maybe.
That's
Maybe.
too creative to be uncreative.
We met a guy that wanted to do that our freshman year.
Yeah, we
Sorry
did.
What?
about
Be WWE creative?
Yeah. He's
like
a nice guy.
he won.
Who is
he
it?
was,
Do I know him?
Oh, he's some like 30-year-old
He was,
man.
his name was like Sean something.
Yeah, in our English 104 class.
Dad A.
He was
Yeah,
he was a
legit.
dad.
I think he had kids at home.
Oh, he's actually.
Like he
dad.
literally was. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry for interrupting
He's
you,
a nice
but
guy.
like
No,
he was
you're fine. I don't care about going on tangent. It's a podcast. What was I gonna say though? I don't remember what I was gonna say.
Wasn't important.
Yeah, it probably wasn't important.
coming from
Just
your
like
mouth,
this
probably
feud.
not.
I know. Wow, you just got really right into the mic with
I'm
that
sorry.
one. No, it's okay. Don't worry about it, buddy. But yeah, this Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt feud. I did hear a lot of talk about them filming stuff on the Hardy compounds, kind of like how they were doing with the final deletion in Impact. So I don't know if they are planning on doing something like that, but
I'm sure they'll start rolling them out soon. Because they got 6 weeks or 5 more or 6 more Raws between now and Mania.
Wouldn't it be 5 more?
I think so. So yeah,
Super
that's
close.
insane
Super
to think
close.
about.
Incredible. Especially because like the road to WrestleMania like goes by quick.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
I
a big chunk of time, but it flies.
And I remember like thinking about Fastlane being so far away,
now
and then
it's-
Shane mentioned it being 2 weeks away, and I was
Yeah.
like, "What? Wait, whoa, what?"
Plus, with spring break, it'll be like boom there. it
Right,
is.
Yeah.
right. I know. So we will be missing next week's podcast. We'll probably put our predictions up because I'm sure that they'll add some stuff there at the end. That's why I didn't want to do
That's true.
predictions this week, just because I know how they do that stuff.
We'll post on the Facebook.
Yeah,
all
we'll
our
post them on the
predictions.
Facebook and Twitter and stuff. Can we move on from the Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt thing? Because I
Do
really
we have to? It's so fun.
It's not that fun. Like I said, the only thing that could salvage that is a House of Horrors too.
Sounds good.
I don't know whose house they do it in though, because Randy burned down Bray's.
So Matt's compound house.
Matt's compound house.
Yeah.
Who do you? Okay, we'll stay on this because
All
who,
right.
who do you think is ultimately going to come out of this feud? Because you wouldn't want to push Matt Hardy off to the side.
Bray never wins feuds.
I know.
Newsflash. Remember last year's Mania when we all
Yes.
thought that Orton was gonna lose? Shock. Bray never wins. Fun fact.
Yeah, but Bray needs to start winning.
Okay. We've been saying that since 2013 or 14 when he debuted.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Especially if they do bring back like Brother Nero and all that.
Yeah. There's no way
No,
they're
there's
gonna
no
lose.
chance.
No.
Shoot, that they might even build up the Broken Universe against Roman once he wins the Universal title.
No, really? You think they'd go that far with it?
It makes sense with Bray's weird, whatever, like deity character winning the Universal Championship. It makes sense.
Bray's.
No, I meant Matt.
Oh, I
What's
was
the
like,
difference? What's the difference?
I was like, he didn't have any gold in Impact, did he? Besides,
Might held tag team.
well, besides tag team.
Yeah, I don't think he had anything major.
I don't know. I don't really keep up with Impact.
No one does.
No one does. Impact. How about the impact of Ronda Rousey's return to
The impact of Triple H's fist.
right? That was weird. So
I was asleep.
Yeah, Elimination Chamber saw the actual debut of Ronda Rousey, her actually being legally signed into WWE. They had the contract signing. The table, of course, was out there. And man, what an awful promo by Ronda. That just goes to show that she needs a mouthpiece.
Mm-hmm.
And if the rumors are true that they are going to put Paul Heyman with her, that's fine with me because
They just went about it all wrong. You don't book her as the sympathetic, I'm just trying to earn your respect character.
You book her as, I'm going to tear this place down.
Yeah, which you can do that as a face, like I was telling you last night. Oh, there you go. But yeah, I don't know. I think that they'll put Paul with her, and so that, but at the same time, they might just have Kurt talk for her until Mania, until she gets it all figured out.
Yeah.
Which Kurt isn't much better.
Yeah, but I thought Kurt was...
He's good with the short quips, but not when he's talking about WrestleMania 31.
I thought he was decent, though.
Yeah, he had good timing. He had really good timing.
Yeah, and it like what he was saying was funny. Like it felt like he, for the first time, knew what he was talking about and like had an idea instead of just like being handed a script and just like throwing it up.
And I think that's because it was like short lines, easy to memorize, easy to learn how to deliver them. Yeah,
and so the first half of the Ronda Rousey, because it was just a weird segment in general, I thought personally.
Yeah, with all the like, Kurt's sick, he has pneumonia. And blah,
yeah,
blah,
it was just like,
I don't know.
And so we had the first half, which was, you know, Ronda being the sympathetic baby face. You know, I just want to. How exactly did she? Yeah, how exactly did she say? I want to.
I don't want any.
She said she wants to show that she deserves to be here. I don't want any handouts. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Because Stephanie said that her contract has a no championship at Mania clause,
which is good.
Which was awesome.
Like you were saying,
I like that. And she's like, "Yeah, I don't want a championship shot at Mania. I want to prove myself to all these fans." And the crowd was not having it.
No. And then there was the second half. I literally, it's weird because like it seems like the only emotion that Ronda has is mad.
Like, I want to kill you.
Yeah, the only good emotion.
That's all she knows. She didn't smile and shake hands in UFC.
And we were all talking about how like she can talk smack.
Yeah.
Like, go watch her on any late night talk show. Go watch her on any Face Off or whatever. She can talk smack just fine.
She can talk her own smack.
Yeah, her own smack. But it comes down to WWE once again being the kind of the helicopter parent for all of their superstars and wanting all these scripts to be, or all these promos to be scripted as possible. And it just doesn't work. But then when she clicks back into this super mega like awesome person who's gonna tear down the house, that was kind of the second half. We did see, like you were saying, Kurt Angle flipped the switch as soon as Ronda was about to sign the contract, saying, "Oh, they just want to control you, like all this stuff."
And I do appreciate the continuity. Like, I think that's a callback to Survivor Series with Triple H pedigreeing Angle for no reason and never following up on it.
Right.
I think this is the payoff for that finally. So he was trying to like get back at them while also trying to keep his job.
Right. Yeah. And it was weird saying that he had pneumonia, because that just makes Ronda look stupid.
Yeah.
Like, trying to
and
say
then
he had.
Stephanie said he relapsed, and I was like, "What does that even mean?"
Yeah.
That's not what.
Was he like shooting up pneumonia?
Maybe.
Like shooting it up, but and then Triple H kind of dragged Kurt Angle.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, dragged him away. That was funny. And then Steph was gonna have her sign it, and then Kurt Angle like turned around. What did he say? I don't remember what was the last thing. He said Stephanie could take her.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
she could fight her.
Yeah, and then that set them off. Triple H got back in the ring, and then an awesome spot putting Triple H through the table. I mean, you could obviously see him jumping and like him doing the work.
He really got up there.
He really did. He did have hops. Went through the table. Stephanie slapped her. It was a meaty slap, dude. We all know
best slap in the company,
dude. Right? We know she has an incredible slap, but that slap was meaty.
And see, usually I don't like that when she always has to slap the talent. But now that she's actually going to get hers at Mania, Ronda's going to break her arm probably. Hopefully, I think that will be worthwhile.
Ooh, I guess that is how they're probably going to write her off, isn't it?
Yeah, I really doubt that Ronda gets her hands on her before Mania, because that's the big everyone wants to see it.
No. So yeah, we had Steph slapping her. Surprisingly, Ronda didn't do anything. You would think that,
she stared at her pretty hard.
She
scared me.
Stared at her pretty hard. I'm just saying, in like a realistic sense, you think she would just go right after.
Oh
her.
my god.
But yeah, and then she just signed the contract, went on her way. It was interesting. And then the next night on Raw, we had Kurt Angle coming out saying, I need my job.
Yeah, I was just sick. I had pneumonia.
Yeah, I was
I'm
sick.
sorry.
I don't know what I was talking about.
Oops.
I don't know what I was talking about. And then for the first time, I think ever, Stephanie got some comeuppance.
Yeah.
She had to apologize.
The first time since Vicky threw her in that pool of mud a long time ago. Yeah.
A long time ago.
That was like 4 or 5 years ago.
She was fine with all that. Ronda was fine with all that stuff. She's a professional. She understands business.
She's taken harder smacks before.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially since she is under WWE's umbrella now. Someone's in trouble or someone's hurt. One of the two. Since she is under WWE's umbrella now, she does report to Stephanie McMahon.
Scott Steiner?
Lord. Big
He's
pup,
fat.
pup. He's fat. Smojo's
Hey, don't talk
injured.
about John like that. He's a skinny lad.
No. Damien. I lost my train of thought.
There's a train now.
Oh, man.
A-Train coming
Train
in.
of thought.
We got A-Train and Scott Steiner coming
I said
in.
I lost my train of thought, and then the train
Yeah, that's
went.
hilarious.
Yeah, what?
That's hilarious.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate
problem.
that. Yeah, so Ronda Rousey understood it's business, all that stuff, but she wanted an apology from Stephanie McMahon, and I was like,
Awesome. No one ever says that to Stephanie.
and I was like, oh, what are they gonna? They're not gonna. Stephanie's not gonna look weak. What?
Yeah.
And it wasn't even an I'm sorry. It was a oh my gosh, like a blubbering idiot.
Yeah.
And that was awesome. I thought, in my opinion. But yeah,
Which led to what angle?
Why?
He just got dropped. He got hit too.
Did he actually get hit?
In the picture that I have saved, his fist is like on his cheek.
Can I see it?
Yeah.
It looked like a
you-
weird punch.
Have you seen like Triple H's fist cocked back and
Yeah.
Angle's face? It's just
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. First was this one with the fist cocked. You
Okay.
think, oh god,
Yeah.
he's in for it, and then let me pull up the second one.
Well, it looked like such a weird punch.
That's what I thought too until I saw the still photo. It's like as close as you can get to actually punching him without doing it.
That's a really funny picture.
Legit. His eyes.
But yeah, I don't know why they did that. Why would you do that? That's so weird.
So, do you guys like Angle being paired with Ronda? 'Cause it looks like that's what we're gonna do.
No, I'm fine with it.
Do you like that versus Rock or Braun?
I wish it was The Rock because it would
It'd
have
make more
some
sense.
continuity.
Yeah. But also, I prefer Braun. I feel like Braun would be a better fit in that spot because he needs his revenge on Triple H as well.
Triple H has to get a lot of revenge from a lot of people.
Yeah, he never gets it.
From a lot of people. But yeah.
Well, to me, I would prefer Braun, but I think Angle's like the best alternative because he has obviously natural, chemistry with Stephanie and Triple H.
I'm
over
fine
the
with
years.
Angle because it is the case of like WWE wanting to have their part-timers on for the WrestleMania card.
That was one of the best feuds
Right.
ever. Was that 2001 SummerSlam or 2000? It was Triple H,
Oh,
Stephanie, and
Yeah, when
Angle.
was that when Kurt was saying
Like he was trying to hook up with Stephanie.
or it was that was fake though, wasn't it? That,
Yeah, it
like,
wasn't
he wasn't
real.
actually trying to.
It was either 01 or 02 SummerSlam.
One of
Good
them.
stuff.
Good stuff. Dang, I was gonna transition from Braun to the Chamber.
Okay, Braun.
Braun.
There you go.
Yeah, speaking of Braun, we did also have the men's Elimination Chamber closing out the show. WWE commentators really putting over that this was the biggest chamber in the history, even though they just added one more guy and started out with a triple threat instead of two people at the start. But we did have Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, John Cena, Elias, and The Miz. And surprise, surprise, Roman won.
I hated that match.
You hated the whole
Couldn't
match?
stand it. Yeah.
Really? I liked it.
It was just a big get Roman over thing.
Nick,
That was all it was.
I'm seeing it now as like it's going to happen, so I'm going to enjoy it.
Yes, but you can do that. We can have Roman win without it being so clear cut as the prequel to his coronation for the 4th time in a row.
So as Nick is kind of talking about, we had all of the people in the ring at the exact same time. Nobody had gotten eliminated. There, like I believe it was all 7 in there.
Yeah.
And then Braun went on his tear, getting Elias, getting Cena, getting The Miz, and eliminating literally all 5 people until it was just him and Roman there at the end. And Braun took everything.
I was gonna say I wish I counted how many finishers he took because that was ridiculous.
It had to have been in double digits.
Absolutely, yeah.
Had to have been. Even before Roman hit him with his stuff at the end and beat him. But yeah, he took AAs, he took coup de grace, he took. Did he take a frog splash?
Yeah. And a black or whatever you call it, stomp.
Stomp.
I don't think he took a sword crushing finale. I don't think he took one of those.
No, I don't think he did.
Because he eliminated Miz right off the bat.
Oh yeah. He did. It was a good showing for Braun. It's just like it doesn't make sense there at the end. Nick, I do understand what you're saying.
And then what did that give him on Monday? He was wasting time with Elias. So like it did nothing for Braun. It just made him look whatever strong, and he has nowhere to go after that.
And that Raw was one of the first times where I was disappointed to see a Braun Strowman segment.
Yeah.
Because it looks like they are going to continue with that probably under the next couple weeks of Raw.
Yeah.
And
not a dream match by any means.
They have got to have plans for Braun. That's why I think that he'll probably be the next Universal Champion, because I think they'll do Braun and Roman again once Roman loses. Probably SummerSlam or Survivor Series.
Good Lord.
Yeah, I know.
That's really in advance.
I mean, you're not going to have Roman lose at a B pay-per-view. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. But also, I see Braun as kind of a Kane successor where he doesn't need the title to be the focal point of the show.
He deserves it, though.
Yes, he
at
deserves
this
it.
point.
Because I think Kane won it for the first time, held it for a day, and then lost it.
Mm-hmm.
So like I can see Braun getting that type of deal, like Money in the Bank cash in next night, something like that. But
the heat behind Roman, though, if he wins it back the day after.
I'm not saying Roman is going to have Money in the Bank.
What are you saying, Dave?
Whoever has it.
I don't even know.
Dang, I'm sorry.
You lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry, Bob.
It's okay. I've been doing it to you all night.
It's okay. I talk a lot. I feel like I have to as the host. I feel like I have to try and transition these things.
Oh,
but
you do.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But so another storyline coming out of that particular Elimination Chamber was John Cena talking about how he doesn't have a match at Mania anymore. He's a failure, all this stuff, and then went back on Raw the next night. Called out Taker.
The crowd popped.
Yeah, they did.
The biggest pop of the night.
And for good reason. And then immediately after saying, yeah, would you guys like that? Then he says, well, it's not going to happen. It can't happen. A lot of contradicting things, saying he can't make matches, which he has plenty of times. Especially if it is this big marquee thing. Like, you think you'd be able to say, hey, let's do me and Taker.
I think after tonight on SmackDown, it makes sense from a booking side, not necessarily kayfabe.
Right. So he said that he was going to go to SmackDown.
It's an intriguing angle, but it's so stupid.
Yeah,
it's
the
like
way
you're
they're getting to it.
You're John Cena. You're going to have something to do, whether you make the match yourself or not.
It's the
You're not gonna be
babyface
left
thing.
off the show.
It's the sympathetic babyface thing,
He had
which
that
doesn't
in
work for him
2012
anymore.
when he had a bad year, a quote unquote bad year, when he beat Laurinaitis in a pay per view main event over CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan. Not that I'm salty, but that was.
Oh, you're not?
No, not at all. I'm pretty sure he main evented versus Big Show the following pay per view over CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, and Kane. So really, just good stuff. He had the worst year of his life, fighting in main events every year.
They're trying to do the sympathetic babyface thing with him, and it doesn't work for John Cena anymore. That works for Johnny Gargano, but it doesn't work for John Cena. Wrong John. But yeah, and John Cena said he was going to come on to SmackDown and do his thing there, and he comes out and says, not surprisingly at all, that he wants a shot at the title at Fastlane. And then they book him in the main event for the evening on SmackDown against AJ Styles. If he can beat AJ, he would be put in that 5-way to make it a 6-pack at Fastlane. And surprise, surprise, John Cena won.
Clean, too.
Clean,
Good
yeah.
match, great match.
It was
good.
Awesome match.
I expected a run-in or a distraction, but...
That happened at the end.
Yeah.
We saw all 6 guys in there. Babyface is standing tall, except that weird, right before the cameras cut off.
They had to get to that Tupac and Biggie special. They didn't have time.
Oh, I know it. But yeah, we'll see what happens at Fastlane. The next podcast that we'll have will be talking about what
Just real
happened.
quick, we don't have a podcast for another 2 weeks, right? So, what's your prediction? Where is Cena going to go from here? Both of you.
I'll save it.
You're going to use finisher?
Yeah.
What do you think, Damien?
What do I think?
What do you
Well,
think Cena's going to do?
he's not going to win the title at Fastlane,
Certainly
so
not.
he's going to come out on the Tuesday after Fastlane. He's going to say, well, guys, I don't have a
Come on
title,
home.
or I don't have the title shot, or I don't have the title.
Yeah.
I don't have a match at WrestleMania, so I'm going to Hollywood.
And
And then the Undertaker
Gong.
comes out. No. I don't.
No.
We're not gonna hear the
Oh.
gong. We're gonna hear rolling, rolling,
Yeah.
keep rolling, and
Yeah.
the Undertaker
Roll.
comes out on the motorcycle.
One hand in the Harley, just.
Around.
See, I have the same prediction, except, not except, but just like to make sense of it. Raw has the Universal title with Brock and Roman, and it has Ronda versus Triple H. SmackDown needs notoriety, and they have plenty of filler of time to fill. So, Cena versus Taker can happen on both of their like character making shows because they both got their start. Taker got a start on Raw, obviously, but he built his name up on SmackDown.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
Taker
and
is a SmackDown.
Cena,
guy
they both
for-
built their names on SmackDown.
Yep.
So that'd be a great way for them to finally have their big blow off after whatever 20 years it's been.
Yeah, I'll discuss that in a bit.
All right,
But Nick,
what's up?
you gonna ask us a question this week?
Yeah, this one I might have to think about it for a minute, so I'm gonna give mine first again.
Oh, we have to think about it.
You might.
Okay.
I made it a little challenging.
Okay.
What's your favorite non-WrestleMania pay-per-view of all time?
Oh, that's easy for me.
Easy for you?
Mhm.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
No.
Actually,
What's
No,
yours,
wait.
Nick?
easy. Money in the Bank, 2011. Punk versus Cena. Just
Yeah.
that card is ridiculously stacked. Every match is a hoot to watch. Sorry, I said
It's a who?
Sorry, I said a hoot, and I knew you'd call me out on that.
Nick, repeat the question, please.
Nick
Favorite
is so
non-WrestleMania pay-per-view ever.
Okay.
You want me to go?
Yeah, go.
What do you think it is?
I think it's the first chamber ever.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got it.
Survivor Series 2002.
Yeah.
That was the first pay-per-view I ever saw. First time I ever saw Jeff Hardy, and I was like, "Wha-" that was when he swantoned off of the Madison Square Garden entrance thing
Oh, yeah.
onto the table, and I was like, who is this
guy?
Yeah, and the chamber was awesome. That was Shawn Michaels returning, getting his thing.
With his haircut.
With his hair and his,
And his brown-
awful brown pants. But yeah, that's probably my. I can't think of any.
No.
Maybe if I thought about it a little bit, but I would have to say probably that. Damien?
Well, I attended this one, SummerSlam 2008. I got to see
I didn't
The
know you went to
Undertaker. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
in Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Well, I think it was Conseco Fieldhouse at
It
that
sure
point.
was.
And I got to see The Undertaker versus Edge in a Hell in a Cell match.
Main
And,
event, right?
Yeah, I think that was
Yeah.
the main event, and it was a really fun pay-per-view.
Was that the spot where he put Edge through the ring?
Through the ring, and the fire came
he
up.
just straight up died on pay-per-view.
And they broke the Hell in a Cell. Like,
Yeah.
it went.
Like the
I
door.
think Edge got maybe it was the Undertaker got thrown into it, and it was the side, so it hit the announce table.
Yeah.
But that was a really cool pay-per-view to
I'm
me.
trying to think what other matches were on that card. I can't think of
They had
good matches.
they had Santino and Beth Phoenix versus Mickey and Kofi.
Oh my.
Oh.
Oh my.
Oh.
Talk about dream matches.
Ah, frick. What else? But no, that's one of my favorites because Edge and the Undertaker.
Yeah.
The Edge.
Classic match, The Edge.
Sorry.
The Edge.
The Edge. Let me look up a couple more of the matches. I can't.
I'm trying to think. Triple H is probably a part of it. Or JBL. I'm trying to think of that time period, 2007, right?
Shoot results.
Who was on top?
let's
Jeff
see.
Hardy? Maybe?
Yeah, MVP defeated Jeff Hardy.
There it is. Wow.
Matt Hardy defeated Mark Henry in a
In a dream. Is it
for the ECW.
Oh my gosh.
CM Punk defeated JBL for the
Oh yeah, that was when they were
the
doing that.
World Heavyweight Championship.
angle.
And then Triple H defeated the Great Khali, and then
Oh.
Batista and John Cena. So that
That was a
match
good
was really good too.
Yeah, that's when Cena broke his neck. Yeah, that's a good stuff.
Ooh.
Classic.
That was a good question. I like that. That's a good question. So yeah, Nick,
What's up?
you want to hit us with your finisher, my guy?
It's a bit of a fantasy booking finisher this week.
Okay. So is mine.
Kind of a pipe dream because it's really difficult to do, but we're talking about Cena getting his last championship, right? His 17th or his 18th, whatever it is, a record-breaking title.
17th.
Yeah. This is a theory that I've wanted to happen for a while before we got to where we are now. I've always wanted Ric Flair to manage whoever is his opponent and just try to screw John Cena over to keep him from breaking his record constantly, just as a heel manager. And I think that the best fit for that would be AJ Styles with Rick. because Rick and AJ have a thick history in TNA, and AJ's good friends with Charlotte. I don't know how you go about that, because I have probably Shinsuke winning at Mania. So have AJ win it back sometime between now and SummerSlam. And your SummerSlam main event can be Cena versus AJ heel with Ric Flair as his manager.
I like that.
Thanks.
Damien?
Let's just say big things are going to be happening for the Four Corners podcast this year. Not going to go into details yet, but it's going to be big.
It's going to be big.
It's that's all I have to say, really. Yeah.
That's your finish.
Yeah.
Incredible.
It's a little teaser.
Teaser. It's foreshadowing.
I was gonna say I probably could have gone after Nick then, because mine is also on the Cena train.
Oh, cool.
So like I think what is gonna happen is he's gonna lose, and he probably is gonna cut a promo at Fastlane saying, "I'm gonna head out. Like, this isn't my thing anymore. Like, I'm too old for this." And then we will hear Gong. And then I totally agree with you that SmackDown does need. I mean, they have AJ Styles and Shinsuke, but it's not Brock and Roman. It's not Ronda and Triple H, and so they need that. And then I think Cena next WrestleMania will win his 17th.
Really?
Yeah, I think they'll wait that
away.
long. Yeah.
Dang.
Well, the reason is because if he is gonna break a record, it is John Cena. Like, they've got to do it at WrestleMania.
But
and
he's not the guy anymore.
There's just
Roman's
no.
the guy.
He's not.
That's
probably
the way
won't
I see
hold.
it.
He probably won't hold it for long.
Yeah, you're right.
But I think that they want to do that. They'll give Cena a big send off like that kind of deal. Maybe he'll even relinquish it. Say, you know what?
And
I want
go
this.
out on top.
Go out on top.
That's the opposite of Taker, but all right.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, but they're two different people.
Very much so. Yeah.
Two different people. Well, that is going to do it for this week's episode of the Four Corners podcast. Make sure you stay tuned for all of our social media, especially next week when we're going to probably have our Fastlane predictions, Twitter, Facebook. Subscribe to us on YouTube, all that jazz. And from everyone here at the Four Corners podcast, have a good night.